Whoosh! Right then, back from the Newark show. I need a haircut tonight. Back from the Newark show, and I just want to thank the whole of the Koi wholesale team, exclusively Koi. Good old Crafty, he grafted down there as well, bless him. Alan Tate for taking a massive journey and sharing all the information that he had stored up in his grey matter for everyone. And every single person that turned up, and there was also some great hobbyists up there, do you know what I mean? And last and not least, I'd like to thank Liam Tickle for my little goodie bag of fresh meats. Oh mate, fantastic. I've been eating sausage sandwiches for the last 3 days. Wicked. So I got some bacon to get through tonight. I'm not going to let a single rind go to waste, because something died for that. Right, so what we've got now is I've got a little tiny bit of an early finish in the afternoon. Probably got about an hour and a bit's light left. I've got a day off on Friday, right? So I'm going to try to prepare the rest of the patio for patioing, right? I realise people have commented. I don't mind constructive criticism, but I certainly don't appreciate negative comments. This is a channel of fairy tales and unicorns. So yeah, anyway, to that end, what we've got is I'm going to do the patio. I think there's a couple, I suppose, patio gurus have mentioned, oh, that you shouldn't have a cross section. Do you know what I mean? I can see exactly what they're on about, but I'm not going to put it up. And the cables that went underneath should be 400 millimeters down. Well, they're either underneath the patios or they're going to be on top of the patios, and they're not safer under the patio. So totally get that as well. But they're staying where they are. I'm not going to pull anything up. But anyway, to that end, what we're going to do is move all the patio slabs that you can see just in the background there, behind the bonsai that needs a trim. Move those down. It's going to take me a while. A little bit of work there, lose a bit of calories, ready for me bacon sandwich, and we'll go from there. But fish are doing fantastic. I'm not going to lie, my mind your own business not looking too healthy. I think it might be the salt in the pond. So yeah, hopefully it'll come back. It'll bounce back, I'm sure. But anyway, it's probably a good idea for me to go and grab it quick and pull it back, but we'll see. But the fish are doing fine. That one Kawako I had with a couple of marks on the side, PP bath, it's cured, literally done. It's thrown one scale right underneath by the belly, but it's not seen, and I'm really glad that that Kawako now is in mint condition, because it's a very nice Hoshkin Kawaku, so yeah, that's good. Hope I pronounced Kawaku correctly. I'm joking. But yeah, anyway, so I've upped the feed a little tiny bit on this now. We're back up to about 2 minutes, because when I had it set at 4 minutes, the nitrates just caught me out, and it actually just all blossomed into a bit of a peak. So took that down. That's why I've salted the pond on my last episode, you can remember, just to eliminate a little bit of that effects from the nitrates and the nitrites due to the osmosis process. And then obviously the trickling now will slowly get that out. Talking about trickling in, and what I have got is the wonderful man, what is called Mr. Andy Finch, met me in the event. So I snuck him in, but he was a guest of honour anyway. He's a celebrity in the world of the koi carp. So anyway, he's given me one of those. So now I can put that on there and get that reduced down. So that's really good, and I appreciate that to the maximum. So I can put that on there and put a hose tail on this side. One of my subscribers as well seduced me with some stainless steel hose ends. I think they're branded from Hose Lock. You can pick them up from Screwfix. So I really, really do fancy those. But anyway, that's not a necessity. Got a little bit more condensation in here now. And I'll tell you why, because I'm still at 22 degrees and the temperature really dropped outside. So if that happens, the temperature differential is so dramatic outside that this little fella can't quite keep up with that condensation happening. But anyway, let's go outside. Oh, here we are. And we shall move all these patio slabs. So I think what people are on about is, if you can see there, see there's a cross? I don't think that's actually correct. I think it should all, like, there shouldn't be any kind of, like, you know what I mean? I think there's another one here somewhere. I think that might be wrong there as well. But you know what I mean? Once it's actually concreted in, it's a lot better than gravel. So that's all I can say. So, but thank you for people that was telling me about this. And obviously the cables are a little bit low there, but like I said, it's either there or it's going to be pinned up on the side. So fish are looking absolutely fine. Literally haven't got one problem in there. Touch wood. Not one problem in there at the moment. Got a dirty window, but apart from that, we are very good. I hope everyone caught Koi Wholesale's live auction last night. I salute whoever got the Issa shower. Yeah, it was really nice, to be honest. But I won one a couple of weeks ago. And oh my God, look at that. Looks like a 1970s football player. I think Ryan from oh, I can't take myself seriously. I think Ryan is going to ship that one down to me. I got a Hoshkin Ginrin shower, and I got a Issa shower as well. So the Issa shower is really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to getting that in there. Hopefully get a bit of body in it. Get it in there, get some sumi up. Never know, it might grace a vat in a show near you soon. So anyway, let's get oh my God, I forgot to tell you. When I went to Absolute Koi, I had something in my head. And Darren has these genuine made Matsuda nets basically from Japan. And the build quality is absolutely sublime. Do you know what I mean? It's got that Japanese quality to it that, well, kind of only comes from Japan, you know. At the end of the day, it's a great nation, and they even take pride in making a cup of tea, don't they? So it's got a genuine Japanese hardwood handle, which I think is about 3 meters, which is absolutely perfect for my pond. And like I said, I got the 60 cm net ring instead of the 1 meter. I think that was a little bit, you know, unnecessary for my pond at the moment. But yeah, never know. A few years in the future, if these things grow a bit, I might upgrade. But yeah, the only issue with these are, yeah, they do come with a bit of a price tag, but I think it is generally something that would last you forever. So what I'm going to do is make a little hook to go upstairs, up in there when I open this door, and then I can just mount it up and leave it inside constantly, because it is absolutely beautiful. Like, it's yeah, so happy with that. So without further ado, let's move this stuff really quick. Go and get those vats away, guys. That's from rounding up my tozai last week, and that was my decision to get that bloody net. So anyway, not that there's magic. It's just, if I was going to hold a net for an hour and 45 minutes, I prefer it to be a good one. Anyway, so here we are then, guys. So I've stacked everything here instead. I thought that was a more cunning plan than putting it down there, because obviously I'm going to be patio in this section. So I put one down there, look, like a good fellow. And then I realised, actually, I'll have to double hand them down that stairs and back up. So what I'm going to do, I'm a fast learner. I know how to do the mixes now. I've been watching Nikki how to do it, so there's no reason why I can't cut my teeth on this last 1/3 of patio, or maybe even 1/4, but I'd say 1/3, because I've got some cuts to do all around the sides, which is something that I wouldn't want Nikki to waste time doing. So I'm sure he's going to be very upset. That's what I need to do as well, guys. Actually, I need to move those blocks, and we need to patio through there as well. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. and then shutter up these stairs and actually backfill with compo exactly the height of the stairs I want. So the patio is going to probably come to there or something, so that will be my first step, second, third, and there'll probably be one further down then, which is going to go onto this patio here. And I've still got to do the work out the drainage to go there, because that's a bit of a death trap at the moment. But this is all prepped now, concurrent activity. As neat as Taniguchi's t-shirt drawer, I would have thought. So this is all ready to do. Basically, Sunday is my next day off, and I don't want to leave this, moving this till Sunday. I want to wake up Sunday morning, put a brew on, stick it in one of my favourite mugs. Might put it in, I think Phil from Telford Coy's mug is going to grace my lips on Sunday morning. Yeah, we'll go from there. But anyway, what we're going to do now is put some tools in the garage, which is a right mess. And then we're going to take a look at the toes eye. So, right guys, I don't know if anybody's got one of these, but Kev from Exclusively Coy said, have you pressed this button to reset it? Well, shit the bed. Look at that. Not going to say what it looks like, but I had piles once. But anyway, I could put it back in, but what I might do is just leave that until I actually do my QT pond over there, or my grow on pond. But at the moment, the toes eye, the toes eye are back in here and they're absolutely fine. Let's see if I can give them a bit of feed. See if it'll come up. Right, here we go. Wait till they realise it's there. But they're looking fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. Alan Tate seen a glimpse of these the other day, and he was like, well, yeah man, they're canny nice like, isn't they? He did call a few of them a pretty fish, which only me and him know what that is. Here they are, look. So cool. Ding dong, look at that. Flashing around there like a harem of river dancers with head torches on. Fantastic, but they're doing so well. And when I rounded these up the other day and looked at them, I just couldn't believe the quality. They're just getting better and better, and they're putting some serious size on. One or two with a couple of split peck fins, but I think it's just the aggressive feeding at the moment, you know. Not many, in fact, one with a split peck fin. I think what I'm going to do as well is, I think I'm going to clay the 2 ponds this weekend. I'm going to contact Darren from Absolute Koi. And by the way, there's, hopefully you've seen the video that I've done of his establishment. It's absolutely fantastic. And Darren is an absolute gentleman with an absolute lovely wife. I don't know what it is about men that keep koi, but we seem to punch quite high when it comes to ladies. So it must be the calmness in us and the serene hobby. But anyway, yeah, I got to contact Darren about when I put the clay in. Do I bypass the drum for 24 hours? Because that drum is pretty good, and I think it's probably going to take all the clay out. So I think I might send him a message later on. But what I'm going to do now is, this is kind of ready. Sun's going down. I'm going to open this bad boy up now, and I'm going to try to store my net somewhere tidy up there. I have got some clips here. Yeah, so I've got some clips there. Let's see if they're going to be sufficient. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually, look at that, was so luscious and ready to rock and roll for summer. But I've absolutely crushed its will to live from salt in the pond. So talking to Lou from French Koi Connection, and she said, yeah pal, salt is no good for that, it will wither it. So I'm going to take that out now, give it a swim in fresh water, pot it back up, probably in a bonsai pot to be honest, because I've got a few spare there, and just put that back on the side now just to get it going again. So ironically, the first thing my net is going to net is some mind your own business. And then we'll find somewhere to put the net up here, I think. Right, all on my own. It's Friday. It's 8 o'clock. A late start for me. My missus is in Kent and the boys, so it's just watching Terminator films last night. I don't know, I'll grow up one day. But anyway, making a cup of tea now, my Christmas mug, the one I had left over. Don't hold that against me. And yeah, we're onto the patio today. So that's what I've got to achieve today. It seems reasonably doable for a mere mortal. So I've got everything stacked up ready. All I've got to do is go out the front now and get a mix to put in there, and we should be golden. What I'll probably do is use that pile of stuff I've got left and get a couple of bags of compo up here. So I've got a bit of a walkway down there, so what I'm going to do is I'll probably set up the mixer. I'll probably set up the mixer down there somewhere and clean it all off later. I've got to mark these. I've got to mark these here to make sure I know which ones are solid, so when I finish this I know which ones I can walk to. Don't know how to do that. I might put some bits of tape on them. And I got a funny feeling I have loads and loads left over. So what I done last night is I researched and I got like another pattern very similar to the one that Nicky had on his phone, because obviously he ran out of a pattern here. So this is sort of made up by the head. So you can see those cross sections people are on about. Now I honestly don't mind that, but I understand it's not picture perfect, but that doesn't really bother me at all. So I'm going to try to fill in this as best I can from that pattern to eliminate little tiny bits and bobs like that, but you know, hey ho, is what it is. And hopefully I'll have enough time as well to cut some in around there. So I've got the grinder on the ready, fish are happy, pond's running good. Got to move my good net though, because the hooks I was going to put up in there were the wrong orientation, so probably end up making something out of timber, I guess. So guys, a quick one before I go downstairs. So for the new editing suite I've got, which I'm trying to get my head around, I've had to buy a new Mac, right? That's lucky, because it's it's a good one. A new tripod. I could have bought a cheaper tripod, but that was lovely. Some RGB lights. If we look over here, I've got myself a DJI Ronin RS3 gimbal. Also, so this is my tripod. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. Yeah, it's lovely. And I got myself a Canon ES RP. So this is a mirrorless camera. It's really, really nice, to be honest. I'm slowly getting my head around that. And the lens I've got on that is a 15 to 35 IS lens. It's the L series, if anybody knows what that is. But it's really nice, gives me a super wide shot, which is what you want for interviews and, you know, really cool stuff in like, you know, I don't know, in fish houses and stuff, gives you that real good wide view. Also, the next thing I'm going to be getting is the L series lens, the IS one, which is 100 to 500 mil. So I'm going to get that one as well. But oh, guys, it's not cheap. But anyway, we're going to get it. Got myself a bag, and in there I've got my DJI drone and a few other bits and bobs. So I am fully set. Just doing up this for the camera last night. I'm on my own, so the place is a right tip. It's not too bad, to be honest. Got a bit of washing up to do. Even done my fish tank the other day. Anybody ever seen my fish tank before? It's a little bit dirty, but got some neon tetras in there. But anyway, camera stuff. So I don't use that good camera stuff every single day because holding that camera equipment with dirty hands is crazy. So I do what I plan on doing is my rough vlogs around my back garden with my phone and my dirty hands, because there's still really good footage from an iPhone these days. And then obviously, you know, when I do interviews and go abroad, we'll use the better stuff. Right, so first thing we're going to do is mix up my SBR according to Nicky Magason's way. SBR, bit of sand, bit of gravel, bit of concrete, a little bit of water, mix it all up, bosh, creamy, satisfying and extremely sticky when it comes to slabs. So there we are then, guys, kind of simple. Just paint the back of your slabs with that. Not quite sure what it does, but in my mind it sort of bonds all the wet dust together and makes a good bond in between the compo and the slab. For instance, those slabs are solid. This one was his dead man, and it comes up because it hasn't bonded to the actual dry mix underneath. So it does definitely work. Those are all absolutely solid. That one you can just pull up. So it's crazy. Proof's in the pudding. Right, little bit of a break. It's brunch for me now. Doing quite a bit of the patio. No expert. Better than crazy paving. Before anyone comments, that join's not quite right. I know. But I'm going to be able to jet wash pee off it and walk on it and sit on it. And do you know what? I'd love someone professional to come and do it, but I'm enjoying doing it myself. So I'd rather enjoy and have it not quite right than have it right and not get my hands dirty. But anyway, rosemary chicken. I thought this is the perfect time for Uncle Albert's little stories. So, the best meal I've ever had, believe it or not, I've eaten Gordon Ramsay's, Michelin star restaurants in Paris, around the Montmartre area. I've eaten some very nice places, establishments all over the world, literally all over the world, apart from Japan. That's coming. But the best meal, the best food I've ever had, it wasn't necessarily a meal. It was in 1999. We're in Kosovo. Now, picture this. 6 weeks we were in the Belize jungle, doing some jungle warfare. Just about to go on R&R. Sergeant Major run up, platoon sergeants gather in, man's flick between 4 platoon and 5 platoon. Man's flick, our sergeant run it. Sergeant Major says, get all your boys packed up, you're going back now to the transit camp. You've got a Virgin Civi flight booked to go from here to Gatwick. You're getting back, you're sorting your kit out, and you're going over to Kosovo to bump up the numbers of 1 para. Brilliant. Only thing is, I missed my R&R and adventure training, but whatever. Went over, shaved head, mosquito bites everywhere, ticks everywhere. I sat next to this lovely blonde American woman flying back from Belize to Britain for some reason. She's seen a tick crawl on my arm, and I'd never seen her again then. I think she was in the jump seat with the pilots. But went to Kosovo, literally straight away. So had a little bit of a fresh meal when we were back in Dover at the time, but really not very much. Went to Kosovo, we were there doing what I've got to say, the best used time in my military career was in Kosovo, because it was a true little Holocaust. It was absolutely disgusting, the scenes I've seen over there, the way they were treating women, children and everyone over there, but it was absolutely vile. Okay, so anyway, went over there, we spread good, eating army ration packs, you know, and I tell you what, I was pooing like a rabbit. They were coming out with little solid brown pebbles. It was disgusting. And that's what British Army rations does. They're designed to kind of clog you up a little bit so you can extract every bit of nutrients from them, because you can only carry so much, you know. So we took over this small little town where we were patrolling and we were collecting weapons and gathering the dead, unfortunately. And there was a farmer,
Serbian farmer. Now obviously, if you don't know the history of Kosovo conflict, go and look it up on the internet. It's very interesting. It's something that every adult should know. But anyway, the Serbians were sort of like hosting the Serbian police when they were over there. So we took over this school, a big company of paratroopers, 90 of us there. And this farmer next door was twitching a little bit. You know, it is what it is. Survival of the fittest when you're living in these war-torn countries, isn't it? You know what I mean? You people please, and that's how it is. So he decided to please us. He slaughtered a cow, and he cooked it, and he, at the time when he gathered this massive plate of cubes of beef, like a Rubik's cube, right? I was on guard duty with my mate, and it was just getting dark, and I seen his beef come through, and I was like, oh my word, like incredible. So anyway, my stag duty finished. It was pitch black, put my head torch on, got in, head torch running out of battery because we couldn't get batteries, just a slight glow, do you know what I mean? And lo and behold, there was 2 cubes of beef left, right? Good lads. I thought, yeah, good lads. B Company Free Para, looking after the little man. Picked up my cube of beef, got back to my little mattress on the floor, sat down, got my kit off, washed my hands with a little baby wipe, got my cube of beef, bit into it, and I was like, what was that? That doesn't feel quite right. So I put it right up to my head torch. It was a massive big cube of tongue. Now, lots of people like tongue. Unfortunately, I don't. And I bit into that, and it was like a mousse consistency, and it still had all the hairs on the top of the tongue. Oh God! So that got given to some South African that eats toad's bollocks and stuff like that. So anyway, that could have been the best meal I ever had. The smell was certainly the best meal I've ever had. But anyway, just thought I'd tell you a little story when I was eating. Yeah, so we've got this done now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on the phone later on. I'll phone up Ryan or Ricky and see when the next date is going to be for the Tucano Grow and Show in January, March, April, May. So even I don't know yet in May. I've had a couple of people contact me now saying, how can I get my tickets on these? I don't know, I don't host it realistically. This will be coming out. Keep your eye on Koi Wholesale's website page and also exclusively Koi's Facebook, and all shall become clear, hopefully. But I'll tell them to try to find a date as soon as I can, as soon as they can, so we can see what's going on. But anyway, got loads more cool stories about eating abroad, in conflict areas. Yeah, some funny ones. Thought of another funny one. Seeing as I'm eating chicken, I don't fancy the chicken today though. I'm going to leave a bit of this because a disciplined soldier rations his food, you know. But anyway, in Belize, just before we went to Kosovo, we do survival training there, and sometimes survival is reasonably brutal. And the battalion give each of us a chicken. I love my chicken so much. I can't remember what I called it, Henny or something. But you tie like a little rope around its leg, and you tie it to your sleeping area, and you keep it for 6 weeks. You know what I mean? And you like cuddle it. And my chicken was really, really lovely, and I knew what was coming. It was disgusting. It was horrible. But military training sometimes is tough, and so when you go to the jungle, you do 6 weeks training, and they give you 5 weeks food. So the last week they gather everything that's left up and survival mode. So then you get your survival tins out and you fish for like little tiny fish in the brooks and the rivers, catch what you can. You make like little traps and little punji pits to catch animals, big animals, small animals, and one of the last meals you have is your chicken. So Henrietta was going to get it, and a very difficult, it was horrible. So obviously I had to do the dirty deed, but lots of the other paratroopers just couldn't do it. They were, I can't do it. So I had to do my manly duty and possibly cull, a good dozen of them, because the boys just wouldn't do it. And don't get me wrong, I am the nicest, largest hearted person you'll ever meet. But when a job's got to be done, a job's got to be done. Henrietta and the rest of Chicken Run was broth that night. Actually, I'm going to go vegetarian for the day. That story about Henrietta has brought back memories. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to eat that.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. And that's why I don't take my good camera stuff out here. It's absolutely stinking. Hands are stinking. Really, really difficult to try to film when you're working. I'm so sorry, Henrietta. Anyway, so we're seriously getting there now. Obviously, I've got to clean all of this up, but we're getting there. There's probably wrong bits in there, but to me, it looks okay, and it looks like a thing of beauty. So what I've got to do then is I've got time-consuming bits, cutting everything underneath there, doing just up by the top there, doing by the threshold. Got to cut another 300 to go in there, and on top of that, I've got to cut one to go in there. So that size there then will be internally will be 500 by 500, and it matches the other one. So yeah. So I'm working on the large ones, and obviously what I've got to do then is I'm going to do this section here as well. I have to move everything down, but we'll see where I get to. But to be honest, it ain't too shabby. It is bang on level. Lovely little drop off going through there, so I can't complain. Yeah, looks okay. We've stopped just shy of the face of the wall here, because obviously I'm going to be putting the bits of what's the word I'm looking for? That's it. Railway sleepers. Do excuse me, guys, if I forget things every now and again, but yeah, being blown up certainly takes a little bit of brain cells out of you. But anyway, there we are. So let's crack on with this. Looking and feeling like Shakin' Stevens. Believe it or not, he's Welsh. And he lives right by Pirbright military camp. So we used to run past Shakey's house quite often. Lives on the canal there, just outside of Pirbright camp, like, you know. So I've seen him a few times. But anyway, shag now. Quite hard work doing it on your own. Quite hard work doing it when you don't know what you're doing. Sure, I've made some mistakes, but to me, it looks nice. Yeah, still got, it's 90% done now. I've still got like a few cuts to do at one side and underneath the stairs, but just, you know, it's getting dark now. I had to give a good clean up. I was worried that it was going to take longer than it actually did to clean up. But anyway, let me show you. Absolutely buzzing. So I think it was done to about here, wasn't it, before? But what I have done is, I've got to be careful where I'm stepping. I've cut into the door here. So that's been all cut in there. This one down here by the actual step, that's just placed there at the moment, because I'll have to make a proper bed of normal compo to put it in there, because it's quite thin. So I'll have to push that across and put like another little bit there, or maybe just a full 600 will go in there. So anyway, that's done. And yeah, we've achieved something today. Still haven't eaten Henrietta. That, believe it or not, that's all I've had to eat today. I think that's why I'm actually quite shagged. But anyway, so we've got a few bits and bobs to cut in through here, and we've got to do this section underneath here, which you know, that involves some diligence, you know, cutting and measuring, and to be honest, when you're tired, ain't the right time to do it. So and then we've also got this section here, so I'll do to there, and then I think I'll probably do up to there as well. Anyway, might even do that section if I got some left over. I've actually got loads left over. When I bought these, I thought that would be enough, barely just to do this platform here. However, I think I may well have enough to do. Oosh. Do you reckon?
I reckon I'm going to have almost enough to do the whole of this. So lucky. So, yeah, I reckon I will. So we've got my planter here. So if you look by there, it actually's got a void there, so we can put quite a lot of soil in there, even though it doesn't look like so. But that now is 500 square. I've got to put like a little retainer there, so when I put soil there, it looks like it's, you know, it's not going to touch a fence. But that'll match that side then. Obviously that side is butted up against the concrete wall. So what I might do is put some something down there. I don't know yet. We'll sort it out. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I've just done this by eyeball. It looks okay to me. There's probably lots of mistakes that you can see. I don't know, butted against butted up, square against square. I don't know. But to me, I'm happy with it. It's better than crazy paving, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now is turn the lights off in the garage, go upstairs. I'm going to have a bath. I don't know what it is, but I got Celine Dion in my head all day. I don't know why. Not even her songs, just hear her. So I think I'm going to watch Celine Dion's autobiography. Try to find something on YouTube. I must be going mad. Ugly mug. Did you get it? Cheers, Chip Boy. So, Saturday afternoon, just before Wales gets beaten by Scotland on the rugby, probably. Team's not bonding very well at the moment. But what I've got is, I've got about 2.5 hours now before it gets dark. Just finished a little bit earlier. So what I'm going to do now is, nice and fresh, make all the cuts for this. Never know, might even lay it as well. So I'm going to get all these little cuts done, all the way through there. But I'm going to start now under here, try to get this nice and neat. I quite like that little bit of that little bit of greenery there, so I'll leave that there, to be honest. I'll go around that because, I don't know, just nice. So we'll get that all done. There's a little bit in there, but I've actually got the grout now to go in this. Well, it's not. It's called Seco Flex. Seca Fast Fit. Oh, I don't know. It's the resin stuff that goes on here, so I thought I'd try that, to be honest. Got 3 tubs of it. We'll see how far it gets, but it's a reasonably nice and secure now. So apart from that one, but anyway, let's get going. Absolutely shagged again. I need to eat more than just breakfast. Let me spin you around. So there we are then, guys. The only thing I haven't done is put a 600 by 900 there. It's only because I'm coming back and forth all the time, so that's okay for now. Cut in lovely around there. Oh, lovely. It's still got a little bit of that box hedge there, which will come through. It's from the other side, it is, but I kind of like stole his plant. I like it. Yeah, all nice and neat around there. Cut in around here. Done all of this. Lovely jubbly. Now, what I'm going to do is, I am going to, look where I put my net. It fits in there really good, and when I open it, it just goes straight up on top. It's perfect. I don't need to do anything else. So that net's going to stay there because it looks quite cool as well. So what I'm going to do now is open the koi and just enjoy them and have my cup of coffee. Not been doing anything naughty. I don't do that. Right. Oh, hang on. I was trying to find something. Got to work out something to open this. So it's slowly coming together, guys. It looks 10 times better with the patio down, doesn't it? I've got to work out something apart from that 6-foot spirit level to hold that open. So people are going on about gas struts and all. Yeah, I could do that, but that's just over engineering the problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two sort of like timber little things that fold away, and then they come down and then they just hold onto the tops, one each side. I think that'd be quite cool. But not until I've grouted the floor here. So yeah, I'm quite proud. Tomorrow, early start, get this patio finished, because I've got other stuff to do. Yes.
Right then, guys. Oh, I just spilt that. Lucky my missus is away, but Phil from Telford Coy is going to help me today. And one of my mates gave me this. He's a window cleaner in Swansea, right? His name's Al. He's a really cool guy. He's hard as a coffin nail, but like he gave me this squeegee, but like it looks like a vintage brass one. How nice is that? Like, absolutely fantastic. That should be on bloody TV program or something. And he gave me a little bit of squeegee stuff to go with.
Right, here we are then, guys. You got to laugh. Look, I had the chair there last night and I was watching McCoy. Lovely it is, absolutely lovely. Dog's just peed there. But what we're going to do now is start grouting this. So it's a big day. It's a big day. I just want to get this done now. For anyone that lays patios, it's quite time consuming, to be honest. It's quite hard work. And if you don't lay patios, it's even harder work and a longer time consuming. But anyway, we've got one or two bits to do there, but I'm just going to start pointing somewhere and work from there. And I've got little bits to tie up like underneath that door and stuff. So let's just get this bloody patio done. I'm never going to do another video on it again until I'm sunbathing and drinking and getting drunk and breakdancing. And guys, that's the product I'm going to use today. I've got deep grey, which is I think a neutral grey. It's all self mixed Sika Fast Fix. So yeah, I think it's sort of like weed control, joint width, all weather. So what you do is you just spray. Obviously you've got to make sure you've got like at least 20 mil depth in the joints. Give it a bit of a wet, brush this in and just joint it down. So what I've done as well is I put one of my old knee pads on. Oh, see? Oh, look at that. Good old American Army. Cry Precision, that's the brand of these, mate. Check them out, they're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, great bits of kit. So let's crack on with this now then. Hit the bed. So, seems to me that even my perps and the depth is too deep on these joints, which I'd rather a little bit too much depth and a little bit, do you know what I mean, get a lot of resin in there. But the 16 square meters approximate on the back of those is about as accurate as the information on the back of a pond filter. You got to take it with a pinch of salt. So don't get me wrong, it does go on nice and really easy. Just brushes in. I've left that little bit there because I've got some gunk there. I'll go back over that. Done all of this, done all of this, done all. I've got to sweep it up, obviously. I've done that with a bit of compo when I actually put those on. So what I'm going to do is just some brick acid, get that off. And I've done all of this. So we've got this section here done. So I've got, yeah, I'm going to go and buy another 3 to 4 tubs of that stuff because I don't want to be left short today. And also, I've still got to do all down there, so it's not going to go to waste. But yeah, I'm just glad it's getting jointed, really. So what I have done is I have jointed straight up to there because this has got a little bit of flex on it, and that's why it doesn't crack. So I've put it in by there. Plus, there's only about 3 or 4 inches there anyway, so it's not going to be 3 or 4 mil there anyway, so it's not going to be much of an issue. But yeah, it does look neat, doesn't it? When it's all jointed. What a hell of a difference, you know. So
Starbucks on the way down to Screwfix. They're only saving grace.
these tubs are quite nice. They can be all reused. Look. They're all really nice and clean. So actually quite nice tubs. They're probably worth 30 quid each to me. Not. Right, let's go and get some more stuff. Cheers, Phil. You got me through that one, pal. 1, 2, 3, and we're back in the room. There we are. Just took out another mortgage for that. But it does look good. So what I'm going to do now is continue on with this bottom section here, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to sprinkle it all in the gaps and really compress it down. This stuff is not going anywhere, trust me. I'm going to make sure it's proper compact down. And then what I've got to do is I've got a few more cuts. I'm going to put a big one in here, but I've got a guest coming in a minute picking up something, so I don't want to do any loose bits. And I'm not quite happy with that. That threshold's a little bit not too good. That was just an off cut that I was going to use. I still might use it, it's okay. Do this section here. I'm going to put a tiny little square section in there. It's not quite right. And yeah, we are getting this slowly. Slow and steady. Right, I've got to move this bloody mixer now on my own. Come on, strength for the beer, Adfield. Pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is all of it, and then I'm going to go back around then with a bit more and just fill up all the perps and really push it down, just really compact in. I think that's the plan. Oh, lovely jubbly. So yeah, got to cut one to go in there, got to cut a little bit to go in there, got to cut one to go there, cut that, put that bit in. Might well do that section there, seeing as I'm here. Looking pretty nice, to be honest. But what I've still got to set that one in. I've got to make like a normal concrete mix later on to put that on, because it needs like a thin bed of mortar. Whatever. It's done. Gonna have a game of five-a-side on you now. It looks so big, and it's not. It's an optical illusion. Yeah, put all the resin now in the gaps. I think it takes about 12 hours to go off. 6, I think, I can't remember. It's going to take a little bit longer than recommended on the tin, because it's below 15 degrees, but not far off actually. It's quite nice yesterday. So yeah, that's that done. It's so nice to have this nice and clean. All the slabs are actually solid, there's no loose ones, so pretty lucky there. So anyway, thanks for watching Lee's Patio. I'm so glad it's done, but I've still got that down there to do now.